はじめましての方は、はじめまして。そうでない方は、こんにちは。こたつです。シャーロック・ホームズ、罪と罰、解決編やっていきましょう。ね、音質ってどこに、どこって言ったどこって言ったごめん、どこにいるって言った大音質。大音質。絶対死んでるでしょ。このパターン絶対死んでるでしょ。大音質。大音質。
Dry seed nursery.
大音質ってどこまあいいや、適当に行こう。絶対このパターン、殺されてるパターンじゃないですかやっぱり。
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
これ絶対わざとだろ。わざと殺されたろ。
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case. The mark around the neck is very...
私の人生は生き地獄になってしまった。耐え難い苦しみだ。ダンは死に値する男だった。だが私自身にその責任があるという事実をどうしても許すことができない。私たちヘイミッシュはいつも、境遇の犠牲になってしまったようだ。そう、私自身も例外ではない。私はこの罪滅ぼしをしなくてはいけない。今この場でそれをしよう。さよなら。絶対嘘だろ、これ。これ絶対なんか偽装だろう。
What should we...
Holmes, don't look at me.
おい。共犯者いたと思うんだよ、俺。よし。
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
はい。地図へ。はははは。はい。まず9時半頃マーティン・ヘイミッシュとモダン・キューは市営にあるアルバートに会いに行っ 。アルバートは面でダン・マーティン9時3、これが9時半。はい。で、ちょっとこれヘイミッシュさんがすんごい速く走ってんだけど、これ大丈夫？
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection.
めっちゃ
He
早く動い
forced
てたけ
open the
ど。
door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
夕方ったモンタギュー閉じ込める自由な時間だ。扉に扉をかけてモヒミッシュの換気装置を起動するよう知らせることができた。出ない。でおこっちはアルバートに事件関係してね。不可能であるって決めつけるのもな。両方にあったってやったらどうなるだろう。ですよね。ホワイトが共犯者なのかな。どうなんだこれ。10分でアルバートもいけるけど、ちょっと待って、これアルバートの方どうなんだ。10分でいけるんかな。10分ね。でも動機が息子に対してないんだよな、あんまり。アルバート・ヘミーじゃ野田さんだけを8時間8時間いやーなんかね、息子は違うと思うんだよな。アルバートは違うようにしようかな。ちょっと待って、ヘイミッシュ単独にもできるんだ。あ、なるほど、そんなこともできるのね。そうだな、やっぱこれはさすがに私は有罪かな。完全に自分のね、わがままで殺してますからね。身勝手な。どうなんだろうな、これ。どうなんだろうな。どうなんだろうな。
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
初歩
I
的なことだ
am
よ。
using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining. The deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her. Quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop! I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
はいオッケーワトソン
Well
君さすが
done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
はい一応共犯合ってましたねはい決断を受け入れるはいさあ半月夜の散歩よしどんなかな
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson,
We have. Where to?
to the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet. They...
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat head salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Ah, sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
Ah, I can hear them on the stairs now.
Well, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes!
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, 'cause I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
Well, and forget about the dinner. Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
はい、まずスコットヤードに行かないといけないですね。
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
銃を持ってただけで逮捕されるのもな、まあ銃刀法違反もあるかもしれないですけどね。あれ動かない。あ、動いた。おお、ワトソン
I'm
いたのね。
always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
じゃあちょっと所持品を見てみましょう。はい。
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems...
Mm-hmm. たまに発使われてるね。
2 out of the 6 shells have been a cheap watch bought with his own. 2 out of the These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco.
ではですね、もうちょっとやろうかな。ではちょっと取り調べを。
Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work, and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head, and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead, and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand though. I took it. And then I followed the third man.
なぜ取った？
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man. Layton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
どうしたんだろうねこの傷。深い傷。時々喧嘩する。路上育ち。深い傷。いや喧嘩にしたらかなりひどい。うわ殴られてんね。どうした？向こう水な感じってことね。楽な仕事。事務員。はい。お入れ墨。ゲーム犯罪を犯した。
We shall see you soon, young man.
はい。ではですね、今回はこの辺で終わりたいと思います。それじゃ、またねー。